Okay, here's my 2008 Chevy Impala, and we're going to do an at-home car wash video on this beauty. I mean, look at this. Don't you want to watch this thing? All right, let's take a look around the car. You can see it's pretty dirty. I use this as my everyday work car. It has 128,000 miles and it runs great. A little bit of maintenance stuff to it, but other than that, it's a great car. All right, here we have what I use for my home car wash. I always start with the wheels. So I will use this wheel and tire cleaner just for the tires, and then Meguiar's for the rims. I really like Meguiar's. That's just our general car wash stuff. That is the tire shine. Okay, and this is your actual tire brush. So we're going to use that on the tires. And then this is a rim brush, so it actually gets in all those tight spots. Then I do 2 microfiber oven mitts. And at the very end, an absorber to dry it off, and just a towel for the wheels. Okay, the bucket I use is a Chemical Guys bucket, but at the bottom it has the screen. And so the idea is you put your soap and water in here, and your microfiber mitt, you rinse off, and all the big dirt particles will still go to the bottom. So that's the way I use it. Some people do 2 buckets. For this old car, next thing you want to do is just rinse the whole car off. Just using the garden hose with the brass nozzle. Knock off all the dust. Car. And we're going to do the wheels. Are actually going to be the first part I wash because they're the dirtiest and they kind of take the longest. So, okay, now we got the back of the car. All right, let's do this front wheel. So I do this tire polish. Just kind of put a pretty heavy amount. And then this is the tire cleaner. I mean, this really works good. You can see it already, all the dirt starting to come off of there. Tire brush. And I'll go all the way around the edge. I do it in 3 sections. Outer edge, and go all around the middle. And then close towards the rim. It's tire. And then I start with the rim itself. And another tip, so I don't forget, is I always start where the air valve is, the air stem. See all that dirt. This is pretty dirty. Wipe down. This is the best part. Make sure we get all these lug nuts. Rinse it off. Look at that. Looks like a new wheel. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. I'm looking right at it though. I kind of get my hand and go on all these spots that I missed because it was really dirty. All right, so there's one clean rim and tire. Spray it off. And then also I'll step on these brushes and just give them a spray down before I go to the next wheel. And also I'm wearing like a hiking shoe that can get wet, because the worst thing is to get wet socks and tennis shoes while you're washing your car. Okay, same thing for the back wheel, and I use the bucket, my wash bucket, to sit on while I do the wheels. So same process, we'll go all the way around. Okay, next I add my soap using Meguiar's. I like Meguiar's brand, just about everything for car washing. Nice to kind of eyeball it. You really don't need a lot of soap. And I do add my wash mitt in there. Just let it fill up. See all the suds. And that screen is at the bottom. Really soapy, really good stuff. And I will fill it probably about halfway with water, and the rest will be suds. So I got all my suds, got my bucket. And we're gonna do, I do have 2 wash mitts. So we're gonna do half the car at a time. So I'm gonna do hood, side fender, this whole side of the car, and front bumper, and then stop. I always start with the roof. Let's just let all that dirt slide down. And rinse this off a bunch of times. Windshield. Let's get that hood. So I'll tell you a joke. My brother's a mechanic. I'm always tinkering with cars and stuff. And we'll rinse this off. So all we did was half the car. The whole hood, front bumper, half the windshield, half the roof, front fender, this door, back door, and the rear quarter panel. So that is all that is washed. We're gonna stop washing, rinse, and we'll move to the other half of the car. Same thing, we'll make sure you get all the soap off. Don't want no soap suds drying there in the sun. Okay, now we're doing the rear part of the car, or the other side. So I'm using the same bucket. I don't switch out water. I don't know. At home car wash, really not doing a detail, just to wash. But I do use a new wash mitt. Now we're doing the other half. Same thing, always at the roof. Got a little more shit. Get all the soap suds off. And also these wash mitts too. Kind of spray them off, and then I will wash them. I wash them every time. I won't do another car with these. I'll just throw them in with towels when I do laundry. So always have a set clean. It's clean. Now, I think this is probably the hardest part. This is probably my favorite. I've had this probably 10 years, the absorber. And we're gonna dry the car off. And this thing works really, really good because it just takes like all the streaks and just totally eliminates them. And if you don't dry it, it just kind of leaves a bunch of water streaks, and it's just not as good. And this will kind of get like any spots that you missed, or even some dirt too. And you could wash this thing in the wash machine as well. But I do that probably every 10 car washes. It's amazing how much water this thing absorbs. So that was the hood. It is drying pretty fast. But even if you have like dry marks and streaks, with this thing being a little damp and wet, it will take them right out. So there, with that little bit, you can kind of see how much water that absorbed already. This car, probably wash this thing every 6 months or so. So it really needed it. But I know everybody's been waiting for it. Okay, for the last part, most important part, back on my wash bucket and just using like a regular towel now. I'll wipe tires down all the way around, and then everywhere inside the wheel. And this same thing, this will just dry it off, get rid of all the watermarks and any dust that you didn't get, or dirt. Okay, that there, it's good. And then this is the McGuire's Hot Shine Foam. I think it works the best. I kind of do it in 3 circles, but it foams up, so it's kind of thick, a little thicker, so it's not a big mess. They sell like rim guards and stuff you can put over. I've seen one guy do cardboard cutout. Stuff works good, so I kind of do it in 3 sections. So around the rim side, try not to get the rim, but it's hard to do. And then I just go the outer part, and then the center, where anywhere I missed, and that's it. Okay, you can see this tire here, most of the tire shine is dried off, and this is that wet look. That foam stuff is a lot easier. The rim is still clean. Tire looks good. It's got a great shine. Looking right at it. Okay, next thing we want to do is drive it. Look at that, a leaf fell right on there. Oh, also another tip, don't roll your windows down. Okay, thanks for watching.